So, as the theater teacher at Pittsburgh High School, I've been asked several times what improvements need to be made to our current facility in order to advance our students' educational experience. And so, there's several answers to that, and they are that our space is simply inferior to what our students need, technology-wise, space-wise, to do the jobs that they're going to be asked to do as college freshmen, as they're going to be asked to do as young people who are going to enter the marketplace. My job as an educator is to do everything I can to make them well prepared for the world, whether that, again, is in a college environment or whether that is in a professional environment. The things specifically that we are not able to do. Our facility, from a backstage standpoint, has very little wing space, which means we have to be extremely efficient in the set pieces and how we build them, how we take things on and off stage. We have no fly system, which means that our kids are not getting any experience in how the fly rail works, how to counterweight those things. There's just a lot of education. Every theater in a professional setting has a fly rail, has a fly house, which means that they learn how to do that. There's all kinds of rigging that is a skill set for people who make a living in the theater, and we're teaching none of that because we don't have the ability to do that. From a standpoint of the band and orchestra, our kids are limited in not only the shows that we can do, but how we can utilize our band kids. Our band is growing and growing and growing because we have excellent professionals at the helm, but we can't then put them into a situation where they are getting to work on their craft to the extent that we should be able to, because we don't have the space. We have zero orchestra pit. We have no ability to put more than just a very few musicians incorporated into the scenery or sitting in front of the audience. And so it's certainly a limitation. From my standpoint, the number of seats is a patron issue. It has nothing to do with education. It is the backstage areas that where we need to focus the need for the new facility. The construction area, currently there is zero, which means we aren't teaching, quite frankly, the skills necessary to build. And those same skills that we use to build are the same ones used in construction. We build 16 inches on center. We might use 1x4 construction at times to do a wall that is just there for looks, as opposed to 2x4 or 2x6 construction. But the measuring and the ability to determine cut lists and all these things that construction trades focus on, we're not doing because we don't have the space or the facilities to do that. We don't have a shop. Dressing rooms. We have dressing rooms that will accommodate about 8 people. 8 boys, 8 girls. I haven't done a musical with 16 kids in it since I've been there. And the reason is because we have many more students that want to be involved in the productions. So why would I limit our musicals to a small number of kids just because my facilities don't allow it? So what we do currently is we infiltrate the band room, we infiltrate the choir room, and we let those spaces double as extra dressing rooms for our productions, which means everybody kind of compromises the learning environment for that week, because we're in there, we've got stuff strewn all over. It's not ideal. We're making do with what we have to, but if we're going to build a new facility, these are the reasons that we need to build it, because we can do better. Our kids deserve better, and I'm never going to apologize for us trying to be the best that we can be on stage and from an educational standpoint. Our kids can and should be allowed to compete with every kid in the state and across the country. If it's facilities that we're short, then let's build them and let's give them the advantages that these other kids have.